Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. So I just came to my medical appointment, and it's interesting because I give you the quick story as I'm driving back home, which, by the way, they pretty much refused to, do the appointment based on the simple fact that I wasn't wearing a mask. And I got a couple thoughts about that. I know that everybody's flipping about it. I know that everybody's having a lot of fuss to say about this. But the thing that is crazy is how some people are living in fear. There is people that are terrorized about this. Now, by no means is not a serious issue. It is a super, very, very important issue, and we need to take precautions. And I really don't blame the place, right? This place where I go to the doctor, it's amazing. People are always nice. People are always kind. People are always just fantastic. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of was like, okay, and I'm going home, right? Plus, I get to ride in my motorcycle here in this beautiful A1A that, if you've never been through this road, guys, is amazing, right? I actually came a different way here, and now I'm going back home through here. And it was the plan to do that, right? So, again, it was a little bit frustrating because I got a call on Friday, and they told me, hey, you got your appointment. We just want to confirm to do blood work. Now, if you don't know, a few months ago I did a checkup, and I did it because it has been like 4 years or something, and my blood, or I came back to have high cholesterol, and apparently it was really, really high. Now, I gained a lot of weight since I left the military, like a lot, right? And I got my excuses, but primarily because I'm lazy and I like to eat a lot. And again, when the results came back, I was kind of like, well, that's not surprising. Really not surprising at all. I kind of expected it, It wasn't like, oh, wow, high cholesterol. How can I not have high cholesterol? I'm fat, It's just, it is what it is. I don't want to be mean about it. I don't want to be like, I guess, really mean about it. But we all know that if you're overweight, it brings some illness. It could bring diabetes. It could bring high cholesterol. It could bring so much things. Obesity brings issues to your body. And, some people, I know nowadays in this new age, people want to say different things, but facts are facts. And, there's many, many stories that, agree with that. So, again, came back to have high cholesterol. I wasn't really surprised. I guess I was deficient in some vitamins or something. So I decided to just go home and lose weight. Actually, the doctor told me either you lose 20 pounds or we put you on medication. And I was like, all right, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And that was my goal for the last 3 months or so. And I'm going to tell you, I did it. I lost 20 pounds. This morning, I was 262 pounds, and I started at 282.6. So I guess I lost 20.6 pounds, right? And it's amazing. I'm kind of proud of myself. It wasn't really that difficult because I did gain a few, lost a few, and things like that. And when you are 280 pounds, it's easy for you to lose weight because obviously you have a ton of weight to lose. Man, this car in front of me is really annoying. And one thing that you got to worry about motorcycles, and you see cars like that has a ton of bicycles on top, is that something could come out. And if something comes out of that bike or out of that car, it's gonna hit you. And obviously you're on a motorcycle, so I need to kind of keep my distance from then. But anyways, this road right here, A1A, is so gorgeous, just gorgeous, and so many different things to look and things like that. This place is amazing. I'm pretty blessed to be able to live so close to it. But going back to my overweight issues, right? So here's the thing. I lost the 20 pounds, and I'm supposed to come back for an appointment. And I set up my appointment for today. And I set up my next appointment for, I think it was July 6th. And there it is. I'm doing my blood work today. Obviously, July 6th will be the day where we review my blood work and all that stuff. And the thing about it is that I drove down here 31 minutes or 30 plus minutes. Today is Monday, so I'm off on Mondays, but obviously I had to schedule that on my day off. I had to do some pre-planning, and Friday, you know, I got a phone call confirming my appointment. And you would think that they would tell me that you are required to wear a mask. I mean, they did ask me if I was, you know, out of state for 14 days or something like that. Totally get those questions, because obviously if you have, you could be a high risk and things like that. But the reality is that no, you know, I haven't. I have no signs. I have no fever. I have nothing. Really nothing. I'm not sick. I'm not coughing. I don't feel anything. I feel great. I'm great. But obviously they want to take the precautions, and obviously they asked me to go. I was in the lab. They asked me to go to the doctor and see if they give me a mask. I went there, and the lady there was like, no, we don't have one. I say, you guys didn't tell me anything about this. You know, you guys didn't tell me that it was required to wear a mask here. And obviously I went back and I told the lady, well, you know, if that's the case, I guess you're going to have to cancel my appointment. And again, I don't want to blame the guys, or I don't want to blame the place. The place, I want to make this clear, you know, the place is pretty fantastic. Really nice place. I'm grateful for those doctors. They have done a fantastic job with my family and a fantastic job with me and all that. I mean, great people, no doubt about that. I can say it all day long. But if it's required to wear a mask, why they didn't tell me on Friday when they called me to confirm my appointment is beyond me. They should have said, you know what? Hey, you have to wear a mask. You have to wear a mask. And I would have been happily brought one to put it on. Happily brought one, right? Wow, that's nice. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. You know, if that is the case, just say that you have to wear one. And, you know, I would obviously complying if I want to get my blood drawn, or maybe not, and set up an appointment at a different place, different time, or whatever. But at least I would have had the choice, right? Not just driving all the way here and then you show up here and obviously I can't get service because I'm not wearing a mask. It's just not cool, man. It takes time, takes gas, takes, you know, primarily time to do that. Now, I'm in my bike, 2005 Road King, loving life, enjoying the weather, enjoying everything. Is a Monday. It's just a great day, so I'm loving it, really loving it. But if I would have come in my truck, I would have spent some gas, and that would have not been cool, right? Plus, I had a fast. I went to a barbecue yesterday, and there was so much food, so many desserts, and so many great things, and I had to control myself. I could have been a fatty last night. I'm just saying. Obviously, I didn't, because I was supposedly getting blood work today, and I didn't want then, you know, my blood to show all the pies and the brownies and all the good stuff. So many fancy houses around here. This house is right there with the front, beach front. They have to be $1 million, at least. They have to. They're just gorgeous. Look at that. Obviously, you're paying for the land more than anything else, but just gorgeous. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's get out of here. Here we go, baby. Oh yeah. This is what people talk about, the freedom. Man, if I remember correctly, it had to be like 2010. I had a great time on those crotch rockets. I really did. It was fun, but after having that back surgery, no more. I'm way too old for that. I was actually talking to little brother yesterday, and we were having a conversation about riding side by side. And I mean, he does it all the time. And I was just saying how dangerous that is, you know, and how experienced you gotta be. You really do. You really gotta be experienced to ride with a person side by side. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it or you should do it. That's up to you. I don't tell you what to do. But I think that we can say a couple things. And one thing is that it takes a person that is very experienced to be able to do that. Really does. Because like I said, you know, having someone next to you in the same line, I mean, it essentially reduces your lane. Like, you no longer have a lane. I mean, it's not like the lane is really big. Now you got half lanes. And the biggest thing that I was just saying is that when it comes to turns, you know, a lot of guys that are not experienced, they like to go in the outside of the turn. So they kind of do the whole outside, inside, outside. So you don't have to lean the bike as much, right? If I remember, outside, inside, outside. I think it was like that. I don't know, it's been a while. But a lot of guys do that. And essentially what it does is that it makes you not having to lean the bike as much, right? Because you kind of ride the curve a little bit better. So just think about this. If you're riding with somebody next to you right there, and you're coming into a turn, and you're on the inside, that means that you're going to be inside, 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 right? The guy on the outside will be outside, outside, outside. That means that you on the inside, you're going to have to lean a lot more, right? And then when you add up speeds, like highway speeds, you're talking about, you know, hitting a turn at 75 miles per hour in the inside. It's just not the same, really not the same, right? So again, is it the right thing to do? Is it not the right thing to do? That's not the point of the video. What I'm saying is that it takes a person that is experienced to do it, right? A very experienced rider could do that. I don't feel, me personally, I don't feel, I guess, 100% comfortable. And it doesn't have to do with me. It has to do with the other guy, right? Because the other guy may do something, and obviously something funny, and next thing you know, bars and bars would touch or something, and you go down. And if you're side by side, if you go down and the other guys are really close to you, the chances of them going down is pretty high as well, right? And then we're talking about crappy front brakes that Harleys are notorious to have. It's just not a good combination, if you ask me. So again, I know some of you guys have really strong feelings about this. Me personally, I don't. I would prefer to ride stagger with one guy, you know, obviously stagger from each other. Some people like to ride side by side. I don't side by side, I guess, in a way at one point. But I would say that if I'm going to go side to someone, it has to be a rider that is very experienced, and possibly somebody that I know that he has the ability to maneuver that bike. Not just some random guy that I just met, you know, it wouldn't be that way. But primarily, I like to ride stagger. But again, I know some people have strong belief about this. But let's go back to my video. I kind of got sidetracked on this. Cruise control have changed my life. Really has. Wow. This is amazing. Amazing. If you don't have cruise control on your motorcycle, I don't know what to tell you. This is amazing. Just gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. You're entering Flagler Beach. If you guys never been back here, or you guys never made it here, this is a very, very cool place to come and visit. If you guys like the beach, obviously. Nice restaurants, really nice, and really different from Daytona. Because if you go to Daytona, Daytona is just a horrific place. It is what it is, but there are some places on Daytona that there is so much crimes and things like that. There's always something happening there, somebody getting shot or something stupid. But Flagler County is such an easy county, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's things that happen here too, but definitely not like Volusia County where Daytona Beach is at. And I mean, it's a nice place to visit. Come here, rent one of those places, spend some time at the beach, go to a bunch of restaurants, enjoy your life, and do not, by no means, do not live in fear. And that's kind of what it kind of like, not upset me, but it was kind of like, come on, man. I walked in and to the place, and it was like, I don't know, a sick person walked in that is going to bring an illness, and everyone won't make it. People looked at me like I was like, what is going on? Like, did I miss something? And the girl didn't even want to open the window, or the lady didn't open the little window at the doctor. I said, I got an appointment for blood work. Then she looked back, kind of went like this to a person. I hate when people do this. It's very, very rude in my opinion. And another lady came out, not that one, not the one that didn't open the window. The other lady came out and was like, sir, you can't be here without a mask. I'm like, it would be nice if they would have told me. You know, that's what I was thinking. So I said, all right, what do I do? It's like, go to the doctor's office, because this is a different location, and see if they give you one. Like I say, I went there, the girl told me no. So I went back and I said, I can't, you know, just cancel my appointment. You guys didn't tell me anything. You guys confirmed my appointment on Friday. I come here to get blood work, and no one tells me anything, and when I come here, you waste my time. And that's not cool, you know? But the thing about it is that the fear factor is just unbelievable. You should see these people's faces. You should see these people's faces, you know? And I'm going to tell you, I am, I guess by definition, in a way, if you follow me in my other channel, you guys know that I do a lot of preparation and things like that. So I'm all into it, you know? I'm all into it. But at the same time, I'm going to refuse to live in fear. I really do. I'm not going to be living my life scared. I'm not going to be living my life like terrified of something, because there's always something. Watch the news. There's always something. Something will happen. When this is over, something else will happen that they're going to make us be scared, that they're going to try to put fear into your life. And I refuse that. I refuse to live in fear. I'm not saying you shouldn't take precautions. Take precautions as much as you can, but I refuse to live in fear. This is way too beautiful. Look at this. Wow. This is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. All this was created by a good Lord, and I refuse to be in fear. Again, I'm going to be smart about it. I'm going to prepare. I'm going to do the right thing, and I don't blame them for preparations. I really don't. I just wish they would have told me, right? So I don't blame them, but I refuse to be in fear. I refuse to be, you know, terrified. I refuse to be scared for my life. I'm not going to. I'm really not going to, because I'm not going to live like that. And the majority of the time, I'm almost 40 years old, I notice is the news trying to scare the living out of you so they can make money. Again, I realize that COVID-19 is a serious issue, but I'm not going to live in fear. I'm just not going to. And when I walked in there, I kind of saw fear on their life. I kind of saw like, wow, they were scared because I walked in with no mask when no one even told me about it, other than having a little paper at the door, because now they want you to do that. Again, they should have told me about it. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.